Hi guys, Iceberg here. Today I'm reviewing Iems from a company that's been in the music industry for a long time, and it's Acous Nm25. This is upgraded model of the NM2 Plus, equipped with the same single DD driver, patented CLUTTER TRAP technology to smooth out pick in the treble, and designed for professional use, for a price of $199. Well, without further ado, let's talk about them in details. Let's go! And as always, I would like to thank the Acous team for providing the NM25 for this review. And it's always a pleasure to work with such a dedicated folks. All the purchase link you can find in the description below the video. However, rest assured that all the words here are my own. So let's get into the review. Okay, the NM25 comes in a grey box with the image of the shells, the model and the mention of professional series on the front. Turning the box over, we can see the main features, aluminum shells, a replaceable 2-pin cable, monitor level sound and other stuff that we'll talk about later. Inside, the box is designed very nicely and leaves a positive unboxing impression. So here we see the shells in a shape that looks like a CD disc. Next is 2-pin cable with 3.5 plug. Then a few pairs of silicone ear tips in a blister pack. 6.35mm adapter for musical devices. Small Acous carrying case. And manual with a warranty. Regarding accessories, you immediately understand their commitment to music making, and they aim to make as comfy as possible for people who work with music. So let's talk about the cable first. Okay, the cable here is super thin, like a necklace, but flexible and comfy to use. And I do really like their dedication to music by using a mediator shape on a splitter. These details always stand out. But the QDC connectors? I can understand why they did them, because it's secure, and by the way the ear hooks are really secure here, but they also a little annoying. Otherwise it's really solid cable, whether you're a musician or just work with the music, because it doesn't distract you from what we are doing. The included ear tips are one of the things where Acous really put a lot of efforts, because at least they didn't get the usual shape. They are quite low with wider nozzles and grey bore, which are elastic but fit nicely in the ears. And I wanna thanks for the XS size, because it fits my ears just right, providing a deep and snug fit, and the sound with them seems much closer with the white Soundstage. Okay, returning to the shells, they are made of single-piece CNC aluminum with its natural color. On the faceplate we can see a fairly simple embossed design with the Acous logo, which is the same as on NM2 Plus. There is a metal nozzle inside that's pretty tall and medium wide with a mesh and edges, also with a vent. On the side there is an engraved NM25 model and a blue logo accent, and another vent and 2-pin connectors are also here. The NM25 shape is identical to the NM2 Plus, meaning it's small and lightweight, so it fits comfy in the most ears. It's not bulky and there are no annoying angles, so you can wear these shells all day long, sleep with them, perform on the stage, whatever you want. In my small ears, that fits secure and comfy with a snug seal and do not stick out at all. By the way, because of the deep fit and included ear tips, the isolation here is excellent, so you can use them in loud environments without being distracted from the music. Well guys, I covered everything about the look of the shells, so now let's talk about how they sound. But before that, we'll take a look at the graph to understand their tuning. Alright, look, based on this graph, it's not hard to guess that NM25 are treble-headed, and the treble region is really emphasized here, and wavy, which indicates the extension and overall resolution with a peak at 9 kHz for air and 4.5 kHz, which can add excessive brightness, but this is where Acous has been working on, and hopefully it will be smoothed out in real listening. The upper mid-range also remains raised here, with a peak about 70 dB, hinted at clear presence of the vocals and instruments, though the mid-range here is, I would say recessed compared to the NM2 Plus, for example, which may make the vocals lack bodiness. But the bass region is simply non-aggressive, so it doesn't spoil the overall sound. Keep in mind that this Iems is designed for professional use and aimed at the monitoring, mixing, producing, or musicians on the stage, so this tuning is quite suitable for them. And before I tell you how the NM25 sounds in reality, just give them a little time to burn in its necessary step here. Then they will be smoother and more refined. Okay, in reality the first thing that strikes your ears is their emphasized clarity, transparency, and vocals that immediately come to the front. It's like the vocalist is standing just a step closer to you, and the mid-range is delivered smoothly, precisely, but without aggression or artificial EQ boosting. I mean, it's not just about the clutter trap thing, but a really natural, almost studio-like delivery. As a result, the NM25 instantly transports you into a professional mode where sharpness, clarity, and articulation literally hit your ears. For lovers of acoustics, live vocals, jazz, country, or even rock, this is a perfect choice. The bass in the NM25 is prime example of technical, controlled, and informative lower range. It feels not like a bass head, but a precise instrument that does its job and nothing else. The focus here is on quality, speed, texture, and clarity, rather than the quantity and physical pressure. It's a foundation integrated neatly into the overall sound, but not an element that carries the entire presentation. The sub-bass is there with its contours and structure, and if there is real deep sub-bass in the track, the NM25 will show it, but without excessive size. The mid-bass is clear, dense, and linear, but not prominent and restrained in the amount, and thanks to that, it doesn't clog up the mid-range. Drums in rock and live music sounds realistic, but not fat, and the bass guitar is perfectly audible, but without excessive weight. This is the bass is suitable for those who listen carefully, appreciate technique and separation. If the bass on the NM25 is neat foundation, then the mid-range and vocals are their signature feature. The mids are clear, open, sharply defined, and pushed forward. The vocals are fixed in the center and move closer, while all the instruments are arranged slightly behind and to the sides. This creates a monitor, studio-like presence with maximum clarity. Male vocals are clear, structured, and audible, but without density or velvety smoothness because of the dry lower mid-range. While female vocals are bright, airy, resonant, and very expressive. The instrumental performance here is on top, with strings sounding finely articulated and full-bodied, piano melodic, and brass instruments in jazz standing out for their precision and structure. The NM25 offers one of the cleanest, most detailed, and monitor analytical mids in their class, where vocals take the center of the stage and every nuance comes to the fore. The treble is what finally makes the NM25 analytical, sparkling, and bright Iems. Here is definitely bright, clear, well extended, and very sparkling. This is not a dark, muted treble presentation, but a more open, light, slightly studio monitor that provides a massive amount of air, sparkle, micro details, and at times aggressions, if the recording is bright in itself. Cymbals, hi-hats, percussion, everything is extremely clear, where the NM25 can literally pull out the details that may be subdued in other Iems. If you appreciate maximum air, sparkle, micro details, and technical clarity, then the NM25 treble will surprise you. But if you're sensitive to bright treble, then you should look for something darker and softer. The NM25 creates a fairly wide and spacious soundstage, especially for Iems in the medium price range. The right and left sides are clearly defined, and the instruments are spaced widely apart, and thanks to its transparency, the soundstage feels spacious and natural. This is ideal soundstage for those who like to see the music, all of each instruments, and enjoy a clear layout. The separation and imaging here are benchmarked for their class, with each element taking its place and not interfering with the others. The vocals are pushed forward with clear pauses, the instruments are located on the sides and are easy to read, and the percussions along with the treble elements are about on the sides, leaving transparent cover. And even the most complex tracks, there is no muddiness and everything remains clear and separate, which is ideal for work with music. In conclusion, if you put all experience and impressions together, an Acous Nm25 is an AM created primarily for folks who appreciate detail, transparency, and analytical sound. They are not cozy, basshead, or universal. This is device for work. The rich sound is like they were made by audio engineers for professionals, and that's their strength at the same time the reason why they won't appeal to everyone. They offer crystal clear sound across the entire range, with a focus on the mids and treble, with a wide soundstage and reference level instrument separation, which is exactly what you need for critical listening, mixing, mastering, and stage monitoring. These are Iems for sound engineers, musicians, producers, or lovers of vocals, acoustics, jazz, classical music, live recordings, and complex arrangements, rather than for bass heads and those who are sensitive to emphasize treble. Many thanks to the Acous and to you guys for watching. Hit the like if you enjoyed the review and subscribe to the channel, so you won't miss any new ones. Take care of your ears and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.